Popes have quite a few titles. Francis is also, among other things, Bishop of Rome, Vicar of Christ, and Supreme Pontiff of the Universal Church. Well, today he got one more. Time named him Person of the Year, saying that his message of compassion and humility had captured the imagination of millions. More now from Dean Reynolds.
Pope Francis has been a vigorous, accessible, even affectionate leader of 76 who is as different from his reserved predecessor, Benedict XVI, as water is to wine. The Argentinian sees the world as his parish and very publicly follows the preachings of Jesus, especially with respect to the poor. We were with him in Brazil last July on his first major trip, and there was a widely held view that the church had settled on someone who could relate to the street as well as the scripture.
It's a marvelous thing to see. He's caught the imagination of the world.
Cardinal Francis George of Chicago voted in the conclave that elected Francis.
When you were sitting there in the Sistine Chapel, were you looking for someone like him?
Looking for someone who could govern and someone who had a heart for the poor.
And he's turned out the way you
want. To
want.
have that and a lot more.
But there is the Pope's tone. He said of gays, who am I to judge? Of a poor woman seeking abortion, who can remain unmoved? Nor is it necessary, he said, to talk about those issues all the time. Liberal Catholics worry he's all talk and no action. Conservatives are afraid doctrinal change will follow the talk. University of Notre Dame theologian Candida Moss.
Pope Francis is sort of running the risk of alienating two diametrically opposed groups. And what that probably suggests is that he's a moderate.
One who is just 9 months into a papacy that could last years.
How big a deal is to have a pope that has changed the conversation in some way?
It has changed. We no longer have every story starting scandal-ridden Catholic Church.
This Pope's first Christmas present to the world's 1.2 billion Catholics. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Chicago.